Hello students, I am Dr. Meenakshi Maur, Assistant Professor, Zoology, Sri Samlaji Government College, Manfia, Chittorgarh. Today my topic is feathers, feathers in birds. Feathers is an exoskeleton of bird. The arrangement or distribution of feather on the bird body is known as terylosses. In flightless birds like ratiti, feathers are uniformly distributed over the body. But in carinati, feathers are arranged in distinct patches or tracts, which is called terylli. It remains separated by featherless interspaces called apteria. A typical flight feather consists of main stem, that is axis, central axis, then vein and barbs and barbules. So here you can see calamus. Calamus or the quill. It is a hollow structure. It's a tubular in shape and it is semi-transparent. The base of the calamus is inserted into epidermal follicle of the skin of the bird, from which muscle fibers pass to the feather and affect individual movements. Then rachis. This is a rachis. It is also known as shaft. It forms the longitudinal axis of the vein and it differs from the calamus because it is stiff, it is solid, it is opaque and roughly quadrangular in transverse section, and it is filled with a closely packed mass of pith cells. A longitudinal furrow, which is known as umbilical groove, it runs along the inner or ventral surface of the rachis throughout its length. Then vein. The expanded membranous part of the feather is known as vein or vexillum. It is divided by the rachis into two unequal lateral halves, and its distal end is narrower than the proximal end. Then there is barbs. The vein is formed by a series of numerous parallel and closely spaced delicate thread-like structures which are known as barbs or the rami. These arise somewhat obliquely from the two lateral sides of the rachis. So here you can see vein. This is the vein and these are the barbs. Um, then there are barbules. So uh, the size of the barbs gradually decreases toward the two ends of the rachis, and each barb gives rise to two double row of many extremely uh, delicate oblique filaments, which are called barbules. These are the barbules, or these are also known as radii. So this is the basic structure of the feather. Now kinds of feather. They are of many types. I am discussing here only the special one. So first is quill or flight feather. So it's a typical quill is a typical flight feather, and they have a comparatively stronger shaft, and they are characterized by the presence of barbules with an interlocking arrangement. They are again further divided into remiges, retrixes, coverts. So first I'll discuss ramens. The flight feather of wings are pinions or remiges, or we can say wing quill. The inner or posterior half of the van is a slightly broader than the outer or anterior half. Here you can see this is the rachis, and you can see the vein. It's the unequal half of the vein, and the inner or the posterior. This is the posterior half of the vein is slightly broader than the outer or the anterior half. So this is the ramex or ramiges. Then rectrices. Uh, Birds like pigeon have a 12 long rectrices. The singular form of rectrices is a rectrix, and they are also known as tail quills. They are arranged in a semicircle of fan-like manner on the tail. In them, the two halves of the van are almost equal in size. What is the function of rectrices? Actually, they are used by the bird as a brake and in steering the flight. Then contour, um, counter feather are known as pinning. They form the general covering of the body, and they are most typical in structure, which consist of central, axis, and vein. They are smaller and woolly feathers. They have a poorly developed barbules. Counter feather provide a smooth surface to the body of the bird, and it helps in reducing drag or frictional resistance to motion through air. It gives a shape by overlapping of the veins, and it make a good heat conserving layer. Then phyloplumes. They are also known as hair feather or pin feather. They are small, they are delicate, and they are hair-like feather. Their function is unknown. They remain sparsely distributed over the body. A phyloplume consists of short calamus. See, this is a short calamus and a long thread-like rachis with a few weak barbs and barbules at the free tip. Then down feather. They are small, they are soft, and they are woolly feather. And they are different from counter feather in the absence of rachis. There is no rachis. There is short calamus. The barbs are long, flexible, and with short barbules. And they are without hamuli, and they arise as a fluffy tuft from the top of the short calamus. So they are arising from the calamus. They form the natal covering of the newly hatched birds, which provide excellent insulation. And they are absent in the adult pigeon, and they get replaced by the permanent counter feather. Then rectal bristle. Some birds have a stiff hair-like structure, hair-like feathers. They are modified form of phyloplumes. Each bristle has a short calamus and a slender, long, stiff pointed rachis. They have a few rudimentary barbs at its base, and they are seen around the base of bill of flycatchers, godsuckers, and whippoorwills. There are also some other types of feathers like a tactile feather. They occur at the root of beaks or around the eyes, and they are best developed in nocturnal birds. So these are some kinds of feathers. Feathers are a distinguishing feature of the bird. Why do they have feathers? Feathers provide protection because they are lightweight, flexible, but they are resistant and durable body covering. They protect the underlying tender skin from any mechanical or physiological injury. Then the other function of feather is heat retention so that the bird maintain extremely high body temperature. They are organ of flight because feathers are light, elastic, and horny structure. They furnish the bird with an admirably light weight. The thin, flat, and overlapping wing and the tail feather are affected by the barbules and the hooklets. Then other function of feather is that they provide protective coloration or also helps in camouflage in the birds because the protective coloration uh, guard them against their enemies. Then the other function is that they are thing of ornamentation. Feathers also help in sex determination and courtship because feather become modified to serve decorative and ornamental function and they are utilized in courtship displays. Bird males have a more showy feather than female and it helps male in attracting the females. Then other use of feather is they are nettle covering. Down feather act as a nettle covering in birds. Then feather also helps in formation of nest and other uses of the birds are there like they are used by man in variety of ways in decoration and the it is also used in making ball pens. There are so many ornamental structure where feathers are used. So feathers are important for bird as well as they have also economic importance. So today I discussed what is the structure of feather where I discussed that calamus or quill. This is the quill and calamus. This is the rachis or shaft and this is the vein on when there are the barbs. In barbs, barbules also present. Then these are some colorful feathers. I discussed kinds of feathers where I discussed ramex, rectrices, contour, phyloplumes, down, and bractal bristle. And then I discussed what are the uses of feather. So feathers are uses in use in protection, heat retention, uh, in flight. They provide protective coloration. They help in camouflage. They are thing of ornamentation. They help in sex determination. They are also helpful in displaying courtship. They provide nettle covering. They also help in formation of nest. So uh, feathers serve a variety of important and decorative functions in birds. Thank you.